we're getting some breaking news at the moment, and senior Congress leaders who are led by Ramesh Chennithala and VD Satheeshan, in fact, have met with the state governor, Arif Mohammad, to request him to refrain from signing the ordinance passed by the LDF government, which has made amendments, thereby cutting down the powers of the Lokayukta. So senior Congress leaders who are, led by Ramesh Chennithala over there, meeting the state governor, Arif Mohammad to ask him and request him, in fact, to refrain from signing that ordinance. Remember, that has been put in place by the government in the state that allegedly curtails the powers of the Lokayukta. My colleague Vivek Karandalam joins me on the phone line. Vivek, senior Congress leaders, in fact, meeting with the governor. Now, all eyes on what his decision is going to be.
Exactly. All eyes are on the governor right now because it is the governor who needs to sign this ordinance. Now, he's got the right to even reject this ordinance at this point of time. If that happens, which means that it is going to be a direct confrontation between the state government and the governor once again. Remember, we saw on many issues that the governor and the government are having a direct face-off in the recent issues regarding, the reappointment of a vice-chancellor in Kannur and Kalani University. Now, in this particular case, remember, this is an amendment of 1999, which is brought in by the then NINR, the LDF government, which is being amended. Now, this is the amendment, Lokayukta Amendment 2021, where Section 14 is being changed. But now, the government has got the right to reject or accept the recommendations made by the Lokayukta. What the LDF government and the various LDF ministers are saying is that Lokayukta is just a quasi-judicial entity. It does not have the power, to basically take the decisions on its own. It is the government, which takes decisions, and hence, a quasi-judicial entity like the Lokayukta cannot take decisions on these cases, and hence it states that the government there is absolutely nothing illogical for the government to pass such an amendment, and that is exactly what the LDF leaders are saying. But now the ball is in the court of Governor Arif Mohammad, who is now seeking the help of legal luminaries on this case on what to do, because if at all he gets an advice, a legal advice, to not sign this ordinance, which is going to be trouble for the LDF government. Remember, there are 4 cases which is already there in front of the Lokayukta where LDF leaders, including Higher Education Minister Bindu, who was involved in a case of reappointment of the PC, where the case is already before the Lokayukta, and if the Lokayukta decides that Bindu has done a mistake, and if at all the Lokayukta says that the minister has to resign, which means as per the already existing Lokayukta Act, the minister has to resign. That's what we saw KT Jali resigning in the last tenure. So this is going to happen, which means that it's going to be a huge embarrassment and a setback for the LDF government. Remember, the government has completed 1 year of its tenure, and there is going to be a huge embarrassment. The government does not want to take such a situation or go through such a situation, and that's the reason why many in the opposition says that the government is taking a different route and making amendments in the already making changes in the Act, Lokayukta Act, hence to ensure that all those people who are involved in corruption cases in the LDF have somehow managing to move out from the clutches of the law. Back to you.
All right, Vivek, thank you so much for bringing us all those details.